Now, George, I brought you all I could find on Jim Prideaux, such as it is.
Thank you.
Prideaux and Bill Hayden were really very close, you know. I hadn't realized.
Yes. Thank you. Operation Testify. We still need to understand what happened, or rather, why it happened. The file you borrowed, Peter, does at least give us a nudge in the right direction. I think I know who to talk to next. Your day was hardly wasted.
I am glad of that, George.
We've traced Prideaux. He's become a teacher. Thursgood Preparatory School for boys. It's in the West Country.
Right.
Timekeeper, time please, Rhino. Please, sir, how long?
Well done, Roach. Knew you would. Second time round.
Sir, how long?
Now then, Jumbo. See that man? Who's he then? Seen him before?
No, sir.
Anybody seen him before?
No, sir.
He's not staff and he's not village. So who is he? Beggar man? Thief?
Tinker Tailor, soldier sailor.
Rich man, poor man, beggar man.
Thief.
Why doesn't he look this way? Something funny about that. Here's a bunch of boys burning up a car around a playing field and he doesn't even give them a glance. You would, wouldn't you?
Yes, sir.
Doesn't he like boys? Doesn't he like cars? Doesn't even look at that car. Best Britain ever made and years out of production. Right. Gather round. Come on. Right, now, anybody sees him again, let me know. Or any other sinister bodies, understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't want juju men wandering around pretending they don't know we exist. First glimpse, tell me, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, Jumbo, don't hold with odd bods wandering around a school. Last place I was at, we had a whole gang broke in, cleared the place out. House cups, money, boys' watches. Nothing sacred to types like that. We don't want us swiping the Alvis. We're irreplaceable! Thanks to socialism. Colour of hair, Jumbo?
Sort of light-coloured, sir.
Height?
About the same as you, sir.
Age?
Well, hard to say, really, sir.
Go as it was, at that distance. You'd know him again, Jumbo, for sure. Best watcher in the unit, Jumbo Roach is, eh? As long as he keeps his specs clean. it's you, Jumbo.
I've got my legs, sir.
Oh, dear. Ah, can you get up? Now, slowly. Slowly. Fell off the bricks, did you, Jumbo? Let's have a look. Ah, nothing broken. Just a graze. Matron will soon put that right. One thing gives you a good excuse for getting in late. Missing evensong. Tripped over in the lane. Is that what you tell her? We got a secret, haven't we? I can trust you, I know that. We're good at keeping secrets, loners like you and me.
Is it because of that man? Would you shoot him? Are you working undercover like Bulldog Drummond in the book? Some of the boys wanted to call you Bulldog, but we thought Rhino was better. Bigger than a bulldog.
I used to be a soldier, Jumbo. What you saw just now, that's a souvenir. You know, it's like this. How I got it, they're both secrets. I keep them to myself. You understand, don't you, Jumbo, eh?
Yes, sir.
Knew you would. Knew you would. Good night, Jumbo.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, long time no see.
Hello, sir.
Care for it?
Very impressive.
Better than selling washing machines, anyway. It's a bit odd putting the dinner jacket on at 10 o'clock in the morning, of course. Reminds me of diplomatic cover, come to think of it. Believe it or not, it's straight, which makes a change. We get all the help we need from the arithmetic.
I'm sure you do.
My employers might let me invest a few pennies of my own before too long. They're tough boys, but very go-ahead, you know. Rather like we were in the old days. So, what can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about the night Jim Prideaux was shot. The night of Operation Testify, which was what it was called, in case you didn't know.
Oh, writing your memoirs, George?
We are reopening the case.
Who's this we, old boy?
Lacon called me in, with the minister's blessing. I can give you a telephone number to confirm, although I'd prefer not.
All power corrupts, but some must govern, and in that case, Brother Lacon will reluctantly scramble to the top of the heap.
The record's been filleted. Of what there is on the file, the most useful piece of information is that you were duty officer that night.
Yes. Yes, I'd just come back from Tokyo, a 3-year stint. Nobody seemed to have any plans for me, so I thought I'd push off to the south of France for a month's leave. And then old Mendel, controls minder, picked me up in the passage and marched me off to sea control. The whole place felt weird. There was nobody about except the radio and code people. That Harridan Molly somebody or other was monitoring, a busy little body.
Molly Purcell.
You were in Berlin, Bill Hayden was up country, and Percy Allaline was in Scotland. Control seemed to have cleared the decks. My God, he was a shock. I'd heard he wasn't his old self anymore, but I hadn't been prepared for this. It was like opening a coffin lid. He didn't waste time on any pleasantries.
I need somebody good to man the switchboard. It's got to be an old hand. I could bring in somebody from one of the outstations, but you're better, because you've been away for so long, away from the infighting and the vendettas around this place. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's good. Just do exactly what I tell you. could be a crisis tonight. I've got a man doing a special job. It's of the utmost importance to the service. The service, it's for us. It could change everything for us. Your job tonight is to act as cutout. Cutout between me and whatever goes on in the rest of the building. If anything comes in, radio signal, phone call, letter, anything at all, no matter how trivial it seems, you are to wait. Wait until the coast is clear and then bring it straight to me by hand, Sam. You don't use the internal phones. You don't put anything down on paper for future reference. Is that understood? And when it's all over, you're not to breathe a word about it. Never. Not to anybody. Not to Smiley. Not to Hayden. Not to Bland. Nobody.
What if I have to send out something?
Only what I tell you.
The defensive weaknesses have, I think, cost them the match, which could now be sewn up by Paul Mariner. Or by Woods. 2 are still down. Or by Muren. Or by Walk. And in the end, by none of them. Unbelievable. And Paul Mariner is completely flat. And he deserves a great deal better than that, because I think by shade he's my man of the match.
Bollocks. Studio officer. Right. Yes, I see. Yeah, well, I have to call you back. It all sounds very unlikely.
Collins, this is urgent.
When it's open.
There's all hell broken out on the Czechoslovakia. Half of it's coded, but there's enough that isn't.
Prague or Brunner?
Brunner.
Yes? All right, Molly, keep listening. Control? Oh, Control. The resident clerk from the Foreign Office came on first with a story from Reuters, head man in London. Molly picked the same thing up on the radio. And Reuters and a couple of Fleet Street papers have already had another go at the Foreign Office. They're saying that a British spy has been shot in Brunner. The Czechs are telling the world about an act of gross provocation by a Western power. They haven't named the dead man yet. Can I have a brief, please? Control, I need a brief. We must say something. Do you want me to deny it? A flat denial, just to start with. Do you want me to get someone else in? Do you want to come downstairs and handle it yourself?
It's deniable he had foreign documents. No one could know he was British at this stage. There hasn't been time. Even if he's not dead. Find Smiley.
He's in Berlin.
Yes. Well, anyone will do. It makes no difference. Tell Mendel to get me a taxi.
You sent Mendel home.
He's been named.
Hello? Hello. Hello, is that Mrs. Smiley? You got my message then?
Where did you leave it?
I rang George Smiley's house just in case his wife happened to know where you were. You are a friend of the family, aren't you?
I saw the ticker tape at the club. I gather there's been some god-awful shooting party. Tell me, Czechoslovakia, right?
Jim Prideaux's been shot. Look, the Czechs haven't got his real name yet. They're using his work name, Ellis.
Jim. Shot dead?
Well, we're not sure. That was the first flash. Since then, the word used is simply shot. Well, the Czechs are saying that Prideaux, Ellis, travelling on false papers and assisted by Czech counter-revolutionaries, tried to kidnap a Czech general, unnamed, in a forest near Brunner, and smuggle him over the Austrian border. They say that further arrests are imminent.
Go on.
Well, according to our military, there are heavy Czech tank movements along the Austrian border. Lacon's been on, and so's the minister. They want to know what the hell and why. Now, I have put out emergency calls to Smiley, Alaline, Bland. I'm glad to see you. I'm sorry, Bill.
All right, Sam. Now, first thing we do, you call this number. It's Toby Esterhazy. Tell him you're speaking from me, and he's to pick up the 2 Czech agents we've had our eyes on at the London School of Economics, and lock them up. Now, straight away, Sam. Jim's worth a lot more than those 2. That it's a start. I'll have a word with the Chief Hood at the Czech Embassy. If they hurt a hair of Jim Prideaux's head, I'll strip the entire Czech network in this country bare. And he can pass that on to his masters. I'll make him the laughing stock of the profession.
I'm bound to say Hayden was a treat to watch. I used to think of him as a pretty erratic sort of devil. Not that night, believe me. He virtually dictated a press statement for the Foreign Office to put out. And there it was the following morning in the Sunday papers. Prague radio's sensational revelations dismissed with dignified scorn. I found it good light reading over breakfast at the Savoy.
And then you went to the south of France?
2 lovely months.
Did anyone question you again?
Percy Alaline. Well, he was acting chief by then. You were out on your ear and Control was in hospital. Percy wants to know how I'd come to be doing duty officer on the fateful night. That chap Masterman was down for it. Well, I told him what I'd put to Masterman, that I'd know at a kip and a quiet weekend in the circus would save me a bit of spending money for the south of France. Percy said I was a liar.
And that's why they sacked you? For fibbing?
Alcoholism. There were 5 empty beer cans in the duty officer's wastepaper basket. Well, there's a standing order against booze on the premises. So what was your offence, George?
Oh, I couldn't convince them that I wasn't involved.
Oh, well, if you want anyone's throat cut, give me a buzz.
Sam, listen. It was too late for Hayden's club to be still running ticker tape, wasn't it? He was making love to Anne that night. You made a guess at that, and you were right. You telephoned her. She told you he wasn't there, and then as soon as you'd rung off, she pushed him out of bed. And Bill turned up an hour later, knowing about Checo. But you didn't tell Anne about Checo. I'll find my own way down.
Mind how you go, George.
Smiley.
Jim.
If you're not on your own, I swear I'll break your neck.
Quite alone, Jim.
God damn you, George. What the hell do you want?
I'm sorry, Jim, but I have to know what happened.
I'm finished, man. They told me to draw the line. I've drawn it.
How'd you like schoolmastering? I think you had a spell of it after the war, didn't you? Was that at a prep school?
Don't come round here playing cat and mouse with me, George Smiley. Look at the file.
Circus file? Not available to me, Jim. I'm blackballed.
Hard luck.
I've had access to a few papers, which Lacon borrowed for me. Pretty old stuff. Part of it went right back to your undergraduate days when you and Bill Hayden met at Oxford. There's a letter Bill wrote about you to his tutor, Fanshawe, circus talent spotter, in which Bill named you as suitable material for British intelligence. I can quote the odd line from memory. He has that heavy quiet that commands. He's my other half. Between us we'd make one marvelous man. He asks nothing better than to be in my company or that of my wicked, divine friends, and I'm vastly tickled by the compliment. He's virgin, about 8 foot tall, and built by the same firm that did Stonehenge.
Christ. Oh, Christ, man, we were children.
Yes, of course.
What do you want to know?
I thought we could at least be comfortable while we talk. It isn't far.
I came round in a prison hospital. Barred windows, high up. They operated after a fashion. Next time I came round, I was in a prison cell, no windows at all. I tried to work out a plan of campaign to meet the interrogation. I knew I'd never be able to keep quiet. No chance of that. If I was to stay sane, and possibly even survive, there'd have to be dialogue. At the end, they'd have to believe I told them all I knew. I decided I'd give them my version of Operation Testify first, the one Control spelled out for me. I was head of scalp hunters. I mounted my own campaign without the knowledge of my superiors because I wanted to prove I was worth promotion. If I could believe that, I could bury deep inside myself all thoughts of a traitor inside the circus. No mole, no meeting with Control, no Tinker Tailor. I was there to turn General Stevchik, and just that. Then I thought I could throw them the names of 1 or 2 other Soviet and satellite officials who've been turned recently. I might even give them the rundown of my entire Brixton stable. Anything, so long as I forgot the mole and Tinker Tailor and kept myself our Czech networks. You know, I recruited the founder members.
Yes, a fine piece of work.
That's the joke. They couldn't care less about the networks. Knew it all. Rolled them up, have they? They knew damn well that Testify was my private brainchild. I began exactly where I wanted to end, with the briefing in St. James's. All they wanted to talk about was Control's rotten apple theory, Tinker Tailor, the circus spy.
Did they actually know the address of the St. James's flat?
Yeah, they knew the brand of the sherry.
What about the charts? Control's charts on General Stevchik's career. Did they know about those?
No. Not at first. Tell me about the networks. Did anyone get out?
No. It seems they were shot. The story is you blew them to save your own skin. I know that isn't true, of course.
For Christ's sake, let's go somewhere where we can breathe. They moved me about a lot. Different rooms, different prisons, depending on who was doing the interrogating and what methods they wanted to use. There's quite a lot of muscle. Electrical, most of it. Yes, movement. Cars, lorries, corridors, cells. Once in a plane, I was hooded for it and passed out soon after takeoff. Punished for that. I think I was in Russia part of the time.
Would you like to stretch your legs? Might help.
They went straight to the heart of it. Why did Control go it alone? What did he hope to achieve? His comeback, I said. I got a laugh. The tin pot information about Czecho military emplacements wouldn't get him a square meal at his club. So, I said, maybe poor old Control was losing his grip. That bored them. Back to the cooler. Punished again. Yeah, I hoped I'd go mad. And no, they knew how to stop that. They left me alone for a couple of days. Got me ready for the long run. That was when I gave them what they wanted.
It's a matter of health as much as anything.
Yes, you don't break exactly. You just run out of stories to tell. I'd reached the point where the things I'd locked away deep down were the only things coming into my brain. That was when I told them about Control's charts on Stefchek.
And also about Control's rotten apple theory.
Yes, the mole. The code names we'd worked out for Control's suspects. Tinker, Percy Allaline. Tailor, Bill Hayden. Soldier, Roy Bland. Poor man, Toby Esterhazy. Beggar man, George Smiley.
What was the reaction?
He thought for a bit. Then he offered me a cigarette.
Who did?
What? Oh, sorry. By this stage, there was some frosty, bearded fellow left. Seemed to be a head boy. Just him and a couple of guards standing back a bit while he made his kill. I hated that damn cigarette.
Why?
It was a foul American thing. Camel, actually. I remember the packet.
Did he smoke them?
Never stopped.
And was that the end of it?
More or less, yes.
I have to know everything, Jim.
The rest was just gossip. He wanted to know a lot of circus tittle-tattle, who was going up, who was going down, a lot of tripe.
About what? Who?
Bland. How much was he drinking? Esterhazy. How could anybody trust a man who dressed like that? Not a tripe.
What did he say about me?
He showed me a cigarette lighter. Said it was yours. Present from Anne, with all my love. Her signature engraved.
Did he tell you how he came by it?
Some confrontation years ago, said you'd remember.
Anything else? Oh, come on, Jim. I'm not going to weaken at the knees just because some Russian hood's made a bad joke about me.
He reckoned that after Bill Hayden's fling with her, she might care to redraft the inscription. I told him to his face he could go to bloody hell. You can't judge Bill by things like that. He's got different standards.
You were certainly never one for regulations.
And you were never one to see him straight. That's it. Everything.
Bill made a huge fuss about your repatriation. He said any price was fair to get one loyal Englishman home. I remember his verdict on Control's handling of Testify, the most incompetent operation ever launched by an old man for his dying glory, and Jim Prideaux paid the cost of it.
Proud of your memory, aren't you?
Did you see Bill at all after you got back?
No.
Your oldest, closest friend?
I was in quarantine, wasn't I?
Well, yes, but never mind. Let's just go over your debriefing at Sarat to wrap it up. Were the Inquisitors sympathetic or not?
Never appeared. No questions at all. I was in limbo, ate a lot, drank a lot, slept a lot. Then Toby Esterhazy turns up. New suit, full of himself. Tells me the circus has nearly gone under because of Operation Testify, and I'm currently #1 leper. Control's out of the game, and there's a reorganization going on to appease Whitehall.
They sent Toby?
Yes, the little charmer. He told me not to worry.
About what?
My special brief, whatever Control had told me.
Did Toby spell it all out?
He said a few people knew the real story, and I needn't worry because it was being taken care of. All the facts were known.
Were they indeed?
And then he gave me 1,000 quid in cash to add to my gratuity.
Who from?
Didn't say.
Didn't all this strike you as a bit odd? No Inquisition. Toby throwing loose money around. After all, through you, the Russians had discovered the exact reach of Control's suspicions about a traitor in the circus. It narrowed the field to 5. And no one's asking you anything.
The facts were known, man. Toby ordered me not to approach anyone or to try and make my story heard. The circus was back in the road. I could forget Tinker, Tailor, and the whole damn game. Moles, everything. Drop out, he said. You're a lucky man, Jim. Forget it, eh? Forget it.
So Toby actually mentioned Tinker Tailor to you. However did he get hold of that?
That's what I've been doing. Obeying orders and forgetting.
it's a